My David / Derek / Austin Carr Saints quarterback nightmare is growing more real by the day. Plus, Sean Payton already being petty in Denver. Thomas, hit that intro.
Barstool Mincy of Barstool Sports here. I'm good friends with the Saints Happy Hour podcast, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm really just friends with Andrew Hughes, so I support him because I feel sorry for him. Good dude, but way too bougie to take seriously when it comes to football.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Ralph? If he was an NFL GM, a team would never win a freaking game. Trade this, sign this guy. Awful ideas and armchair quarterbacking, full-blown panic every show.
Marcus Marquez Callaway.
With Dave, here's the key. When he talks, just mute or fast forward 5 minutes. Hopefully he's done talking by then and headed back to the bathroom where he seems to eternally live.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Then Kevin, man, why the hell is he still on the show? He doesn't even watch the damn games, and somehow they keep inviting him.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Podcasting poverty, man. Who dat?
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. Man, Thomas,
that was awesome.
That was an awesome intro. No wonder it took Thomas 3 years to make it.
Yeah. I think that might have to be the permanent intro.
There might be. So
yeah, that's good.
Very professional on that audio. I've met him in real life. It's not what he sounds like in real life.
He's a pro. So we are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch. And remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcasts. Smash that like button on YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at Patreon. Patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. You can get 2 months for free. We have a limited Boys Are Back edition cup as a gift for any new annual patrons at any level. So, what are we drinking tonight, gentlemen? I'm drinking Love Street Blonde.
That's it? That's the whole intro? I feel like normally it takes like 15 minutes.
I forgot.
You blew through some shit.
I forgot. I'm totally off my game. My bronchitis heals. I'm off.
Jesus.
We got to remind.
It just felt wrong. I knew it just felt wrong.
It did. It did feel wrong. I got to remind people about an MVP contest that's underway. Anyone that donates any amount during the show each week gets entered into a drawing on April 17th and gets a Saints season survival mugs. 2 of those for 2023. Lord knows you'll need them. The person who donates the most each week gets entered into our drawing on April 17th to do their own mock Saints draft with us on their own daily episode of the pod. And the person who donates the most each week gets to have the 30-second video of themselves giving their Saints hot take played the following week. Thomas, do we have any videos for this week?
King DZ985 won 2 weeks in a row. He was so excited to send me a video that I guess he forgot.
Come on, guys.
All right, so I'm drinking a blonde, Love Street Blonde. What are you drinking, Dave?
I am drinking a Spindle Tap Brewery Frostbite, which is my light's too bright there. That's not coming in there. This is a cryo hopped IPA. I don't even know what that means.
Cryo.
I don't know if that means it's like hopped with Ted Williams's head or
It means it's extra disgusting.
I don't know. Whatever. And also, hopefully, you guys will notice. I have new internet. I switched over to AT&T Fiber. I switched ISPs just for this podcast. I hope that everything sounds as good on your end as it does.
So you don't like Cox anymore?
I'm done with Cox.
You're done with Cox.
There's Cox is out of my life. I will never have Cox in my life anymore. Actually, that's not
Tomas, I want you to highlight all of that.
That's not true. I have Cox at work all the time.
Hey, Tomas, check the timestamp on this.
What kind of business you run there, Dave?
One that uses Cox.
So
I need Cox to keep things moving and going.
Well, I'm back to drinking. That's
back among the living.
Since we're February, I'm drinking a little rum, Dominican rum called Kirk and Sweeney.
Kirk and Sweeney, the '80s good cop, bad cop sitcom.
You know what I've learned about myself is that, Dave is always recommending these like funky, nasty rums with like banana notes and nasty shit. And I kind of prefer like a more drinkable, because I don't like to mix my rums. I don't like to make like fancy drinks. Like
you like something that tastes like liquor and alcohol.
I like it to
burn a little bit,
smooth
like
and
burn. Well, you don't.
This one,
I don't think you do like smoothness. I like smoothness because I don't like the ethanol, alcohol-y taste of hard alcohol, and I think you do like that.
Ethanol?
That's like ethanol, whatever.
Kevin, are you drinking?
This has got a little bit of like vanilla and cinnamon notes to it. It's very good.
Kevin, are you drinking like withered crotch bourbon or something?
Withered crotch.
I am actually. We are still 3 for 4 on co-hosts drinking. I am out of booze.
Oh my god!
Like a small baby. And I may hold off on drinking or trying to limit my drinking because I'm trying to get back into the gym to focus on working out.
Thanks for drinking with me on my first podcast back drinking. Thanks.
First day back.
So,
Thomas, what are you drinking in Poland at 3 in the morning?
That's right. We never.
That's right. What are you drinking?
What time is it? 7 in the morning. Is it 4 a.m.?
4 a.m. Unfortunately, nothing.
Are you drinking coffee?
No, I never drink coffee.
What do you do? Okay, let me ask you a question. So this podcast ends at like 5:30 your time. You probably wrap up some loose ends, post it. It's probably about 6 by the time you're done in the morning. So like, do you go back to bed, or is that it? You're up for the day at 6 a.m.?
No, I never sleep, man. I'm a vampire.
He just does 2 lines of coke and keeps on going, Dave.
So this is it. So like when you wake up for this podcast, like that's it. You're up for the day. You weren't, or you weren't even asleep earlier, anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't. He doesn't.
I'm never asleep, man.
I'm never, dude. I text Thomas at all hours.
Transylvania was in Poland.
Yeah.
I text Thomas. Will be like, I'll text him at like.
The secret's out. I'm not from Poland. I'm from
Romania,
at like
9 at night, Dave, and he'll be like, "Sorry, I was eating a sandwich." I'll be like, "Thomas, I need you to do this." And he'll be like, "Sorry, I was eating a sandwich." I'm like, "It's 2 in the morning in Poland. I just expect Thomas to never sleep."
Told you, Ralph, it was gonna be a long show.
I did.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Good start.
Dave, the hot room
week. I miss you guys.
Before we get to Sean Payton being petty and having horrible audio in Denver at his intro press conference. Before we get to that, Dave, the big rumor in Mobile is the Saints are hot for Derek Carr.
Wow, he said
Derek.
Right. One for one.
Right.
So who is this Derek Carr you speak?
So here's the thing, right? Look at him. I mean, he's a good quarterback there.
Well, I was going to say, do we not? In the intro, you made it seem like you didn't like this idea, and I was going to question that.
I'm lukewarm on
really?
Derek. I mean, it's fun because if the Saints pay him $1 billion, it'll make the nerds mad. But I don't care about the money. But wait.
You don't think?
Whoa.
What?
Thomas.
What?
That's the meanest thing you've ever done. That is the meanest thing you have ever done.
What do you mean, man?
Did you just intersperse David Carr highlights into Derek Carr? That's the meanest thing you have ever done.
So which one is it, Ralph?
I don't know,
dude.
This has got to be Derek right here.
That's
is that Eli Manning?
The Vikings. No, that was
I don't even know. Did one of the Carrs play for the Giants? That's
Derek. This is Derek.
That is the meanest thing you've ever done.
This is big. The Raiders.
But how do you feel about it? I'm like Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm like,
do you not think? I mean, look, Mickey signed Jameis who was a former a starting quarterback on another team.
That's right.
And he signed Jameis to a pretty team friendly deal that was short term. Do we think that's off the table? Like Derek Carr is going to be looking for a 5-year big time contract? You don't think he's looking for he won't take a prove it deal? I mean, the thing is like we don't have Payton anymore. Payton was a draw for quarterbacks. I feel like quarterbacks come to New Orleans and be like, oh, I want to work with Sean. Like I seen what he's done with Drew Brees, or I could be under Drew Brees. But I still, aside all of that, I still think he's an upgrade over
Kudos to Thomas, by the way, for finding like the 3 good passes that David Carr ever threw.
I know. I can't believe it's not just him getting sacked.
Right.
Kudos to the Houston Texans offensive line for not folding immediately on those 3 completions.
But Kevin,
I still think Derek Carr is a better option than Andy.
Well, here's the thing, though, Kevin. I know you are excited to do the mock drafts now that the Saints have another first round pick, number 29 for Sean Payton.
28.
I know you are excited about that.
29.
You're
vehemently opposed to trading draft picks for him, which we'll get to that in a second. But do we care about the money? Like, I feel like Dave is completely wrong in that, Dave, any team that signs Derek Carr in the NFC South,
2 for 2.
They will be the immediate favorite to win the division. I feel like teams are going to get reckless, Kevin, and Derek Carr is going to make $40+ million.
So why does that mean it has to be us then?
No, it doesn't.
Like if you're saying teams are going to get in the NFC South are going to get reckless, you're right. The division is wide open. That's wide open. So why do the Saints have to be crazy like everybody else?
In that they need a quarterback. So if Atlanta or Carolina is in the mix, wants to sign him, does that give you any pause about because whoever? I mean, I'm just gonna lay it out there. Whoever signs Derek Carr immediately, and it's not even like I'm saying this dude is Joe Montana. But whoever signs him immediately vaults into first place for most likely to win the NFC South.
What? Are you serious?
Who?
Look at the alternatives.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing, Kevin. If you don't want,
is he the best available free agent quarterback on the market this offseason?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers might become available. Lamar Jackson might, but
Aaron Rodgers is definitely hitting the free agent market. He is
you got to trade for Aaron Rodgers, Dave.
Oh, you
got to trade for him.
All right.
Yeah, and Lamar probably too.
I just feel Derek Carr is not. I think Derek Carr might be a better option for Andy Dalton. I think Derek Carr is great for maybe 1-2 years. I do not think Derek Carr is some kind of long-term Drew Brees Hall of Fame.
I hear David then.
And that being the case, I certainly don't think it's worth it to overpay for him just to keep him around for a year or two. You're better off just waiting a year, being patient, sticking with what you've got, and blowing it all next year, in my opinion.
Dave, if the Saints were to sign Derek Carr, and assuming, right now it's trending like Aaron Rodgers might go to the Raiders. So for the sake of this exercise, let's say Aaron Rodgers goes to Las Vegas. He's in the AFC. If Derek Carr comes to the Saints, who would you rank ahead of him as an NFC quarterback?
So who's quarterbacking Tampa Bay next year?
Well, I'm just
Kyle Trask.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy.
Sure.
Brock Purdy.
Let's say Baker Mayfield is quarterbacking.
Is in worse shape than mine. Kevin.
No, I thought Brock Purdy had to miss like a whole year.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Trey Lance only had 1 game this year, and he played in a monsoon. So, jury's still out on him. Daniel Jones, trending up. Daniel Jones, trending up. So,
I would make a run at him too, by the way, if the Giants don't bring him back. But.
Yeah. It's a compelling argument, Andrew. And
who's better, like Kirk Cousins? Matt Stafford coming off a dead elbow?
No, I thought Matt Stafford was retiring.
No, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
Dak's better.
No, I would take Dak.
Better, but Dak's got loser stink all over him, though. Dak will never come through.
Gino,
playoffs, you ain't doing shit in the playoffs.
Gino,
who else is better than Carr in the NFC?
Gino.
In the NFC, I would take Dak over Derek Carr.
Okay. So I'll give you that. You got one. Keep going. What else?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God,
that's 2. I'll give you that one.
This is depressing.
Gino. I would take Gino over. I would take Gino over Derek Carr. That's 3.
That might be even. 3. That might be push.
3. Cousins.
We need to trade.
It's tight. I mean, he's top 5.
No.
He's top 5.
Cousins is
Carr is top 5.
Cardinals.
I mean,
Joe Flacco Super Bowl winner, man.
But Kevin Murray ain't playing
Murray over Carr. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Murray ain't playing until November, though.
And he's short.
My point here is the NFC blows.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get.
Point made. Point made. You have,
and so like Derek
really
Carr, I think we all hear
home.
that name and we're all just like, ugh. Daniel Jones, same thing. But you get those guys, and if Dennis Allen can just continue to orchestrate an elite defense, and you have a middling quarterback, that might be enough to win the division. Might be enough.
Here's the question, Kevin.
Hold on, Ralph. The Vikings went murderer's row on their schedule. Week after week, just taking teams to the cleaners in the final 2 minutes of the game with Kirk Cousins. And that was all it took because they played in the NFC.
That's right. But, Kevin, the kids like to call it the fear of missing out. So here's my question.
I've never heard of kids.
If you know that Carolina, the choice is either the Saints get him or somebody in the NFC South gets him. I know you'll never give a draft pick for him, a high draft pick. I'm not even going to ask you that because I know the answer will be no. But how high of salary would you be willing to pay David Carr?
Nice.
There
it is.
Ding, ding.
Where's the
Derek Carr? How much would you be willing to pay?
Raph ne peut pas dire le nom de quelqu'un correctement.
How much would you be willing to pay him to keep him away from other NFC South teams? Now I've lost my mojo. I'm off. I'm scared.
So he is going to be. So the deal would be a 5-year deal.
Yeah. Like, where are you going to go? Like, he's going to the Saints or he's going to somebody else in the South?
He's 32, so let's say 4-year deal.
Okay, 4-year deal, and I would have to pay him.
No, you don't have to. But if you don't, the NFC South gets it. Somebody else.
What is the most that I would pay him?
You know what is the most you pay him? And I want people in the chat to say this too.
Okay, so the most average per year. $16.
16?
Yeah. See, this is what you get.
That's fucking illegal.
It is. Man.
Right now, his contract is about $40 million a year.
$40 million.
Yes.
And it gets guaranteed.
An oil baron?
He is. It gets fully guaranteed on February 15th, Kevin.
Jeez.
Well, insane.
This is a fun exercise. Wait a minute. What about Matt Ryan? Isn't he out there? Isn't he an option?
Yeah.
Another one that's barely his arm is barely.
I'm Bernie Sanders in that Deus and
he's the odd man out for the graphic.
Matt Ryan just said today that he wants to come back. He wants to keep playing.
We've for years we have kicked around this fantasy idea of what if Matt Ryan played for the Saints. Would you take Matt Ryan
or Andy Dalton?
He's only going to play like 1 year. He was
if I guaranteed you that Matt Ryan would play 2 years for the Saints and go 4-0 against the Falcons.
Take it. Boom, sign me up.
Evan? Is that enough to a 4-0 against the Falcons over 2 years?
Can I just take 1 year?
I need details on the 4-0 though.
Nope, you get no details.
I need details. One of the 4-0s is like the most amazing game. One of the 4-0s ends with a Hail Mary at the end for the Saints. Oh, sign me to fuck up. Sign me. Matt, I'll give you my good arm. If Matt Ryan completes a Hail Mary.
No. What's the rest of the?
Was the Hail Mary like 17 yards with his dead arm?
Yeah,
it's an over the middle dump off to Rashid Shaheed, who does the rest for 70 yards.
That's not a Hail Mary. That's like a.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
No, it's a Hail Mary. Says pay Carr with po' boys and beignets.
Yeah,
I like that.
No, it's a Hail Mary to Rashid Shaheed, the smallest guy on the field, and he still somehow high points it and is the one that comes down with the ball.
That would be funny though. Like here's the scenario: Matt Ryan throws a 1-yard touchdown pass at the buzzer, and the Saints win, and his arm is so shot that we call it a Hail Mary.
Wait, hang on. I do like the Ulrich's comment here. Matt Ryan joins the Saints, completes a 28-3 comeback win over the Falcons to exercise his demons.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Think of the movie they would make over that. But no, that's exactly what I would say. And then Matt retired. Matt Ryan
all
just
joking
retires
aside,
after that game.
I want no part of Matt Ryan. Zero.
Come on.
I would pay back to Derek Carr. I would pay Derek Carr to keep him away from the other NFC South teams. I would pay him $45 million a year.
His name is David.
David.
$45 million.
$45 million. 4 years,
Jesus.
$180 million. 4 years, $180 million. $120 million.
Ralph is so in his own
Insane.
head that I correct him and say David, and he thinks I'm right.
I know. Ralph, you're doing this for the wrong reasons. You're not supposed to overspend for a player just to keep them not.
Why not?
On an opponent like this. That's terrible management. What did
Well, who's the Saints quarterback then, Dave?
What did they say in the? What did he say in the intro?
Andy Dalton.
What's his
You
face
want to
say?
go back to Andy Dalton?
No. What did Mincy say?
It wasn't bad.
That I would be a terrible
It wasn't bad. You need better.
No, he said, "Don't let Ralph be the GM of your team." Right there in the freaking new intro is Mintz talking about how terrible of a GM Ralph would be, paying $45 million to Derek Carr.
It's not your money.
Out of spite, just so he doesn't play for one of the other 3 teams in your division, is terrible philosophy and a terrible way to run a team.
I will never understand why fans give a shit.
Why? Like, who
guys'
cares?
contracts.
It's not my money. Why are you telling Gail how to spend her money? I mean, I am.
You know what's a terrible contract?
There is a salary cap. Like
there's not
paying somebody paying
Dave
one position.
You know what's a terrible contract? Michael Thomas. That's what
Dave. You know how much space the Saints have in 2 years? The Saints have $150 million of cap space in 2 years. $150 million.
I don't care like what they pay to like, as long as the guy plays and plays reasonably well, I really don't care what his salary is. I don't care.
Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. Is Derek Carr going to show up and play like a guy who should be making $45 million a year?
In the
He's the 13th. He was the 13th.
Yes.
He was the 13th best quarterback last year, Kevin.
In the
Andy
NFC?
Dalton was the 21st.
QBR. He was.
All right.
Wait, Ralph. How much? You said Andy Dalton was the 21st
in QBR.
How much? Okay, how much did we pay Andy Dalton?
Like $4.
Okay,
$3 million.
Okay, so that's a stop.
No, okay. We'll go with Joe Flacco then. We'll go with Joe Flacco. It's fine.
That's a difference of $42 million. So, Ralph, you're willing to spend difference of $42 million just to upgrade your quarterback from 21st to 13th.
You're totally right, Dave. We'll go with Mason Rudolph. It's fine.
But it'll make Joe Tepper of Carolina sad that he couldn't get David Carr.
What do you want? You want Jacoby?
I would rather stick with Andy Dalton, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh, my God.
All right. So
I just don't think Derek Carr is the future of this team. Like, let's not waste money on a stopgap. Let's not waste money on a bridge. Derek Carr
not your money. Why do you care?
Because
bridges, people need bridges,
Dave. Money on an offensive line to start building an offensive line that's going to help protect the guy you are going to build your franchise.
Spend your 29th pick on a guard, and then you.
All right, Thomas. Before we get to other rumors from the Senior Bowl, give us a MVP update.
Okay, so we got 1,500 bits donation from Budrich, and that's the only one. So Budrich is in the lead for the MVP.
Budrich.
So I saw
you guys are being weak, not donating.
I saw breaking news, and thanks everybody for donating. We appreciate it. It helps support the show, helps Dave get a dongle.
Mostly just thank you, Budrich, because he's the only one doing it.
Wow, he's the best. So I saw breaking news earlier tonight, and I felt bad for Andrew's other sources in the Saints building that weren't Zach Strief, because he's going to be texting them a lot more, because Zach Strief, Sean Payton stole him. He's going to Denver to be Denver's offensive line coach.
Yeah, here we go.
Play the sad music, the violin music.
No, I mean, I just feel bad because Andrew's got a bunch of sources in the building, and now he's going to pester the hell out of them instead of pestering friend of the program, Zach Strief.
Well, I was thinking about this. If we could put a positive spin on this, I'll say this. First of all, now we're still going to be able to get Payton gossip. Hopefully,
that's right.
But number two, I was thinking, yes, he's not going to be in the building every day. He's not going to know everything that's going on, but he's still going to hear about things. He still has friends. He's still very much, the Saints are a huge part of his entire career. It's where he played his entire career, his coaching career, announcing. So, like, obviously, he's still going to be hearing about things with the Saints. And now he's not with the Saints, so maybe he'll actually be a little more forthcoming on things since he's not really inside the building.
Doubtful, Dave. Highly doubtful.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. There's been a number of times where he's kind of slow played me and remind me to tell you this story like after the season, or remind me to tell you this story after this happens. And now he'll tell me tons of stories that I've been waiting on, because he doesn't give a shit. So.
Exactly. So I'm going to put a positive twist.
We'll do our. I want to do a whole podcast on Zach. So like I'll keep it short here, but. I'll say this. Zach has been a tremendous member of the community, of the organization. It's a bummer to lose him, but Mickey Loomis could have blocked this, and he didn't. He allowed him to get a promotion and go to Denver, and I actually thought that was like on a human level, a really solid thing for Mickey Loomis to do, because he could have been like, no.
Zach would have never played golf with him again. He blocked him. I mean, I wouldn't have. I'd be like, you blocked me?
I feel like he did. He didn't have a job to elevate Zach to, because Doug Marrone is the offensive line coach, and Zach has an opportunity in Denver. And I had an opportunity to text with Zach earlier today, and he I think he'd be comfortable with me sharing this, but he said that it's like really bittersweet. It's really hard. He loves New Orleans. His wife is from here and from New Orleans, and he obviously has a business, Port Orleans, and he's put his heart and soul into the community, into the team, the organization. He played there for a long time, and he's really excited to go to Denver. He's really nervous. Sean Payton's a tough guy to coach for, in a good way. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be fun, and he's getting promoted. So, like, he's made this decision that he's going to be a coach. So, he's got to go where the opportunities are and the money is, and that's where this is. So he's going to Denver, but he has a lot of mixed emotions, and I think on some level he's really sad, and it's really hard to leave based on just kind of the friendships and the established relationships that he has.
Well, I'm glad that Sean Payton went to the AFC, and we can wish him well. And Sean Payton didn't go to Carolina, so we can wish. Right. Zach Strief, we hope your offensive line is terrible at least twice a year. But now he's in Denver, so we can go thrive.
I'll name drop one more guy. I texted with Connor today, Connor Payton, and I was like, "Be real with me, Saints Broncos. Who are you rooting for?" And he's like, "Dude, boot out for life until I have to root for the Broncos," which I think implied if they hire me, because he's kind of getting into managerial, intern kind of stuff. But he's like, unless they hire me, I'm rooting for the Saints.
Ask him about Albright.
Albright was given Sean Payton juicy fruit today.
Yeah, he gave Ben,
that ain't gonna do it, buddy.
What a kiss ass! Are you?
That ain't gonna do it, Ben.
He knew he had to. He was singing for his supper. He knew he had to.
That's right. Where did he send his $1,000? That's what I want to know. Did he donate that $1,000 yet?
I will say this about Benjamin Albright. He was completely wrong when he came on our podcast, because what we found out today was that Sean Payton and the Broncos GM they were basically like, we decided we wanted to hire Sean Payton, and it took like 5 or 6 days.
Take your victory lap, Dave.
For Mickey and the GM to come to terms over compensation.
Take your victory lap, Dave.
That was the holdup. And Sean Payton acknowledged that he was like, yeah, the orange tie that I wore 2 Sundays ago, that was letting everyone know, like, I'm going to the Broncos. And it just took a while for Mickey to work out the deal. So I'm going to say this right now on this podcast. Benjamin Albright was dead wrong the whole way.
Well, all right. Well, two things. One, I will say me and Jason Champagne actually said it on Discord before I did, but we both made the same joke / not joke when we saw Payton wearing the orange tie and the orange pocket square on the broadcast last weekend. We were like, oh, that means he's going to Denver. And as he said, that turned out to be accurate. To your point, Andrew, about Albright, I don't know. I mean, he could have been correct. And this could be, I'm not saying it is, and it could be, ownership and the GM just kind of cleaning up afterwards, making sure that they are publicly showing that they've always supported Payton, even if maybe they didn't. I don't know. It's hard to say, but
siding with Benjamin Albright.
I'm not. No, I'm not, and I still think he's comes off as a pompous.
Shut up!
Somebody on Twitter, and he knows he at least said something about Vicodin or whatever. So I saw the picture of him shaking hands with Payton, and Payton had a smile on his face that I feel like you could interpret as "I am going to make your life a living hell." Like that classic retail service with a smile. But I don't know. We'll see. I gotta say this with regard to Payton. I kind of feel about him, I think the same way that a lot of people feel about certain players, especially like college players, where they just kind of follow their career and they're always rooting for them wherever. Just like Joe Burrow, like LSU fans love Joe Burrow and they watch him in Cincinnati. And I got to admit, fortunately, like you said, Ralph, because he went to the AFC, he didn't go somewhere in the NFC South or even the NFC in general. I'm rooting for him. I kind of
am too. I'm kind
of like a fan of Payton, and like, to be honest with you, between Payton and Breeze, like, I'm a Payton guy. Like, if it's like Lennon and McCartney, and you got to pick one, or Jagger and Richards, and you're everybody kind of gravitates toward one or the other, and I'm a Payton guy. I think Payton is the cooler guy, and I don't know. The Broncos might be my new second AFC.
Yeah, final thing on Payton, Kevin, and I was thinking of this today. I'm kind of rooting for him. I want Payton to succeed, and I want all these other 4 teams that hired coaches this year to fail, so I can throw it in these fans and these teams and these media people's faces that were like, you can't give a draft pick for a coach. That's insane. You can get a coach for free. Why would you pay with a draft pick? Like, I want the Texans to fail. I want the Panthers to fail, obviously. Cardinals. I want them all to fail. And Denver to be like, we gave up the 29th pick and we went 12-5. My God, that was a bargain. Like, I just want to throw it in these teams' faces that hoard their picks.
Yeah. That's as good a reason as any. That's as good. You can even take out the sentimental Dave side of it and just keep it strictly what's on the paper, what's on the ledger, and all that kind of stuff. That's it. That works too. But I'm with Dave in that I never understood or and maybe never's too much, but I had a hard time understanding people on Twitter saying, "Oh, he quit on the team. He walked off." It's like, look, the guy retired. The guy decided he had enough. Whatever. The guy gave us 15 years of pulling the Saints as a franchise back toward 500 or above 500. He throttled the Falcons for years on end. He made the team a perennial playoff contender.
Yeah.
The worst years were just below 500. Like,
He brought Drew here. I mean, he brought Drew here.
He changed the entire culture.
I watched the Super Bowl recap yesterday on the NFL Network, and I got emotional all over again. Like it just I can't be mad.
Again, he's the guy who pulled off a freaking onside kick in the Super Bowl. Nobody's ever done that and would never do that.
I cannot hate this guy. He did like when he quote unquote left or quit on the team. He just left. Like this wasn't Anthony Davis. Piss babying his way out of town.
Sean Payton thanked this.
This was a guy who gave us like 15 years of his life, fully 100% committed, and then decided he'd had enough and went away, and then didn't do he could have decided I'm staying out for the 2 full years and then I want to come back, and then prevented the team from getting anything.
We got 2 top 64 picks.
We got 2 top, like you said,
this was all pre-planned. The trading of the thing with Mickey. I mean, and like Mickey trading the first round to get Olave. He knew he was going to get another first round pick with Payton.
He didn't. I think it was like
bullshit. This was all pre-planned.
I don't care if that was a 4D chess thing or not. It's just that I'm choosing to have good vibes and well wishes for Sean Payton. And honestly, I wish I remembered the Twitter user. But somebody on Twitter said, you know what? I wish Sean Payton the best. The guy did this and this and this. Good luck. I hope whenever the Broncos play the Saints, he gets his tits beat off. That's about it. Like anybody else, I hope the Broncos win. Good luck. And I hope in doing so, that sticks it to every other franchise that passed on him. Whenever the Broncos do play the Saints,
because if the Saints get the opportunity to play the Broncos in the Super Bowl in the future, then we get home team too.
Oh my God, home team too. Here's the thing: the Saints,
electric boogaloo.
Before we get to our season recap predictions, and Thomas gives us an update on MVP. Andrew, the Saints did make some other coaching moves. They told Chris Richard to go on his way and got rid of him. If you want to listen to the full thing on that, become a patron. Patrons only podcast. But the Saints also, they hired Joe Woods to be defensive coordinator, former Browns defensive coordinator.
Al Woods' father.
And if you're an SEC fan, they hired Todd, Third, and Grantham to be, I don't know, like defense. Yeah, he's Third and Grantham because when he was defensive coordinator of Florida and other places in the SEC, when it was 3rd and long, his team was giving it up. So they hired him. I don't know what he's going to do, defensive line or whatever.
Aren't the Saints insanely good on 3rd down under Dennis Allen?
They are.
Isn't that kind of his thing?
I like the fact they hired Todd Grantham. Todd Grantham is just he's just a library of terrible ideas. And whatever he tells Dennis Allen to do on 3rd down, Dennis Allen can just not do that, and it'll be fine.
It's the Costanza Grantham theory.
That's right.
I could have swore.
Todd, what do you think I should do here? Interesting. Hey guys, DeMario.
That's right.
DeMario. Hey, he just told you to drop in coverage. Make sure you blitz.
3rd and 31. The Saints are playing a quarterback with no arms.
If
Todd Grantham will be like, let's do a 0 blitz.
If every instinct Grantham has is wrong, then the opposite
is right.
Must be right.
I could have swore that back in 2006, Grantham was like one of those rumored
No, he was the guy. He was Payton's first choice. His second choice was Rob Ryan. Todd Grantham was going to be defensive coordinator in 2013.
I remember that.
Yes,
no.
Right.
I'm not talking to be a coordinator. I'm saying I could have swore at the beginning of the year in 2006 that there were rumors Grantham was one of the names being bandied about to be the head coach.
Maybe. No. When he was considering moving to a 3-4, I think that was Grantham was like.
No, Kevin might be. That's a long time ago. I don't know. I don't know that.
But here's the thing. I'm saying this because I remember making Downton Abbey jokes because his last name is the name,
Lord
the main
Grantham.
name of the guy.
Grantham, yeah.
And I remember making.
We made a lot of
never in the mix to be head coach.
No, but he was. We made a lot of Lord Grantham jokes in 2013 when they were about because he was on track to be the defensive coordinator. He turned the Saints down.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Rob Ryan was going to be Jeff Fisher's defensive coordinator, and Sean Payton stole him. And we had the one glorious year of Rob Ryan, and then it went all downhill.
I think Dame Maggie Smith was going to be special teams coordinator.
Right.
Let's go back to the Rob Ryan era real quick.
Why?
What was the first year of him going to Miss Mays, having success?
It's amazing.
Was that worth the horrible 2 years that followed?
Yes.
No.
Yes. It was great. It was so much fun.
Maybe if I was actually at Miss Mays one of those
Rob Ryan, people were sending.
What year was that?
People on Twitter would have pictures of him at the grocery with like a 6-pack of beer and Ben and Jerry's. Oh, the Rob Ryan era was great.
Hang on. Well, I'm going to check this. 2014,
right, Ralph? 2014 through 2017. Does that sound right?
2013 through the middle of 2015.
Okay,
it was like 2.5 years.
Yeah, I would take that.
They fired. I mean, Rob Ryan was fun. It was.
I prefer the methodical, safe, consistent, high quality defense of Dennis Allen.
No,
on a regular basis.
But I prefer that too, Dave. But
no, you don't, Ralph.
Those are fighting words on Saints Twitter, Dave.
I know. No, Ralph, you love chaos.
I love chaos. I love the Rob. Like Rob Ryan when they lost to New England, and his hair was flowing in the breeze. Yeah. I love the Rob Ryan era. I wish it would have worked. I wish it would have worked out better. Yeah. 2013. It's in my
Sean Payton screaming at Rob Ryan on the sidelines was oddly satisfying. Also,
I mean, Ralph, you live your life. Your internal monologue all day, every day is chaos. And so when the outside world can match that, and then you find yourself in sync and in harmony with the outside world.
Dave, every time I get a call from Ralph, every time he calls me, I answer. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Ralph?" He goes, "Andrew, I have a theory." That's the way he starts every conversation.
His mind is in chaos.
I have a theory. And it's either god awful,
chaotic good,
or it's just like, shut up. What is that? Like, that's terrible. And then every once in a while, I'm like, actually, that could be accurate.
I actually peek behind the curtain. I feel bad for Andrew because Andrew was like, okay, thank God the Sean Payton sweepstakes is over. Right. And he's to Denver, and I can have a break where Ralph's not going to call me every freaking day like it's football season. But now we have Derek Carr going to get released probably on February 15th, and his free agency starts immediately. Right. So we have the lead up to Derek Carr, will he or won't he get cut? And then we have his free agent tour where I'm just going to be on Twitter 24 hours a day. Every tweet is going to be twists and turns. I'm going to text and call Andrew. Oh my God, he's going to Atlanta. He's going to Carolina. He's going to the Jets. So I feel bad for Andrew. He's got to be.
I got to be honest with you guys though. Like, I'm all in on Derek Carr. Like I'm all in. Sign him, pay whatever.
I know you.
Pay whatever it takes because it's going to make Kevin mad. It's going to make Saints Twitter mad.
No draft picks though. No draft picks.
No. You can't trade for him. But pay whatever, and then it's going to be like running it back with the Raiders because they just brought back Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator, and then Derek Carr. It's going to be like it didn't work. It didn't work for Dennis Allen when he was with the Raiders, and like somehow 10 years later, it's going to work with the Saints.
Well, wait, yeah, so, that was my question. There was no overlap between Derek Carr and Dennis Allen, was there?
He drafted him.
He did. Oh, okay.
That was the year he got fired. He was like 0-4, and then
okay. Well, then we're definitely signing Derek Carr.
Yeah.
What?
So my thing
is Dennis Allen's redemption story.
So my thing is like this either fails spectacularly, and I'm here for that because it'll be so bad that the Saints will go like 3-14 and they'll draft Caleb Williams and it'll be great, or if it works,
we're not drafting Caleb.
Or it works and the Saints are kind of like 10-7, you know, and they get in the playoffs, like kind of limp to the NFC South title, and Saints Twitter will be really mad.
I feel like
I think that could be kind of funny too.
Kevin, I feel like Dennis Allen is his own episode of Arrested Development. Remember when David Cross and his wife were like, threesomes are always a terrible idea, but it could work for us. I feel like Dennis Allen is doing that with all his Raiders running back. He's like, it didn't work before, and it's never worked, but it could work this time. Thomas, give us an update for MVP.
Okay, so we had one donation from Saint Fan 85.
Thank
he donated
Yeah, I haven't been
200
hearing a lot
bits.
of cha-chinging. It's actually
Yeah.
been refreshing.
And by the way, I'm not going to give it away, but me and Dave are working on something really cool that we're going to send like a swag item, a new swag item for annual patrons. So if you become an annual patron, you'll get the new swag item. Me and Dave are like having top secret meetings. We're working on it. I'm just saying, become an annual patron. You save, you get 2 months for free. It's worth your time. It's worth your time and your money.
Also, epilogue, it's not that cool.
So Dave had a great idea. We've been meaning to do it, but we kept bumping it because there's so much Saints news with Sean Payton going to Denver.
This was my idea?
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
It was it. So Thomas created clips of our most ridiculous and most correct and incorrect predictions. So it's time to see what we got right and what we got wrong about the 2022 Saints and NFL season.
Oh yeah, this was my idea.
It was.
I do want some accountability.
But first, let's start with the season predictions.
This is bad.
That you gave.
This is not good.
The
This
record
overall season.
and your
I was the closest.
Bold predictions.
Well, okay, so I was the only one who had his head on straight, and I win this contest if this is a contest because I said 9-8. Andrew said 10-7, and then Ralph and Kevin said 11-6. So I was the least optimistic, obviously.
I got to go to the Waffle House. And every time I dress the staff, I got to use the Saints player's name. I got to get on that.
Well, so how are we doing this, Thomas? Are we going just left to right like Andrew did?
Yeah, just discuss left to right, guys.
Okay, so yeah. So Andrew said 10-7, and he made two predictions. One that Landry and Olave will both have more receiving yards than MT. Well, geez, that happened.
Only Landry stats.
It's not combined. Okay.
Okay. And still Landry had more than Michael Thomas.
Yeah. So
without
that
Olave stats.
Right. So he was wrong on that one. All right. Is this why he has to drink the Mountain Dew?
No. That's separate.
And then this one really almost.
I nailed the first one. Sorry, I'm late.
You nailed it. Nailed it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And then this one almost came true. Rashid Shaheed. It didn't.
Yeah. Okay, it didn't come true, but I just want to point out,
Rashid Shaheed will return a kick for a touchdown this season.
I kind of nailed it in the sense that Rashid Shaheed was freaking awesome.
Yes, the spirit behind the prediction was absolutely nailed, but the actual specific
prediction was a failure.
Correct, but I mean, you were pretty much doubling down though because you picked Shaheed for your. I would say B+. Your record prediction 10-7. I don't know.
Pretty terrible, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But you nailed the Landry Olave. I mean, basically, you were just predicting that Mike Thomas would once again be injured for an entire season. I don't know if that's that crazy, actually. I don't know. Maybe C+. Maybe C+. I don't know. All right, Ralph, you want to do me?
See, I think
Ralph, you want to? Sorry, let me say it again. Ralph, you want to do me?
I thought you gave up. I thought you gave up Cox though, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, no, I still do Cox at work.
So Dave said, if Adam Troutman gets 1,000 yards, I will jerk off with Ralph's dead arm. It's not dead. It's just really, really weak. You should have said this: if Adam Troutman gets 1,000 career yards. If Adam Troutman gets 1,000 career yards, how many yards did Adam Troutman have for the year?
Well, I don't.
Hang on, I'm on it.
I have the stats. Don't worry, man.
207.
I
gotta say,
close.
I remember saying this when Dave predicted it. That was like the weakest prediction of any prediction we had.
Yeah.
Well, say I'm safe. That's good.
I mean, my prediction was pretty strong. Andrew, you can do mine about the Waffle House.
Ralph said if Jameis throws 30 TDs or a Saints tight end catches 30 passes, Wait,
I think it was the strongest one, guys.
Juwan Johnson had 30.
That's right.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out. I will eat at Waffle House, and every time I address the staff, I will use a Saints player's name. And
you have to do that.
Bam.
Yes, he does, because Juwan Johnson came in at 42 receptions for 508 yards, 7 touchdowns, and an average of 12.1 yards per reception.
Now, Kevin, on the other hand, he predicted that Lucas Kroll would catch at least one touchdown pass. I don't believe he caught a pass. He was active for one game.
No passes.
Yeah, he was active for one game, and I don't believe he had a target. He might have had one target.
Yeah.
I
think he played for 3 snaps overall, something like that.
Let's see. Hang on. Lucas Kroll.
Did he have a target?
I feel like
he had a target. I remember him.
I feel like if he would have caught a pass, we would have celebrated that on the podcast.
I'm pretty sure he did have a target, though. I feel like I remember him being targeted.
Yeah.
Look.
I just want to point out.
According to this, he only played in one game or made an appearance in one game.
Yeah, target. Did he have a target?
I'm checking. I don't
Zach
even.
Zach Strief had more targets.
Now wait a minute. This was my prediction. Mine's not really a prediction. Mine is like I feel like we pulled mine from another bit or something. That's a lame prediction by me. That's not a prediction.
That's why. Yeah. Well,
I remember saying while we were doing the predictions, I was like, Dave, that's lame as hell.
Well, this was our season predictions, but next week we're gonna do
no target.
No targets for Kroll.
All right. Well, tight end caught 30 passes. So Ralph, you have to eat at Waffle House. You have to do it. You lost.
So
Ralph, I think we can
has
do
the highest record. He also has the highest record on here.
Oh yeah, I did.
You lose.
My prediction. Well, Kevin too. Kevin was 11. So Thomas, you think we can get? All right, let's do it.
I think we can do one to give people a glimpse of how it looks like.
So next week we're gonna do our season predictions with the audio from previous shows and predictions. But we're gonna give you a tease. We're gonna do one this week to show you what it'll be next week. Tom.
So who's got the shitty audio now?
It's gonna be part 2 of our season prediction recap.
Thomas, he was gonna say, play that.
He rolled that beautiful bean footage, is what he was going to say.
Yeah.
This is what the Jets need. This is what that locker room needs. They're going to start rallying around Zach Wilson now. The Jets, look out! Start pounding the over on the Jets because they are coming now.
Well,
Kevin,
Thomas, I hope you are writing these down. I hope you are saving these because we are going to need to replay this in 6 months when the Jets are 1-10.
That's right.
That's right.
I said pound the over on the Jets, 5.5 wins. Jets went 7-10. I'm a winner, baby. I should have actually.
It's success.
It's success.
I should have actually bet that in Vegas.
I feel like that's marred by the fact that you were stroking on Zach Wilson.
Well, no, I was going to say like I didn't. I feel like this was a 50% wrong, 50% correct because I was saying that Zach Wilson was going to have a great season because he was banging MILFs and the team was going to rally around him, and he ended up getting benched and the Jets are ready to move on from him. So I was wrong about Zach Wilson, but I was right about the Jets.
You were right about Mike White tearing it up.
I was right about the Jets.
The Angry Ocho says, Kevin, double down, Kroll 2023 comeback player of the year. Double down.
I don't know, but well, I mean, coming back implies that he was somewhere.
That's right.
So I mean, he has to actually do something to come back to it.
And then something has to happen bad to him.
Right.
And then he has to.
Right. Thomas. You can't have the nothing You can't have the nothing happen first and then come back because there was nothing happening previously.
That's right.
So here's my double down for Lucas Kroll. Kroll actually stays on the team and plays in games in 2023.
Wow.
Hey Tomas, check the timestamp on this.
So by the way,
do we have other clips or was this just
we're gonna do more clips next week because we got a lot to get to still. So we're gonna do that full next week.
We have 6 more, Andrew.
We got 6 more. So next week we'll get to it. And next week after the Super Bowl, and if the Saints besides Carr and Coach and I, we won't have as much Saints news to talk about. But we'll have plenty of time to dive into all of our predictions that went horribly right or great right or horribly wrong. By the way, I want to remind everybody, you can subscribe using Amazon Prime every month on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're an Amazon Prime user, which everyone is practically, you can subscribe using that on Twitch. Just click the link. Thomas has instructions. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to support the show. You can do it every month. All right, Kevin, it's time for the hot take of the week.
Oh, shoot. It's time for this week's hottest take of the week on the hotline, sponsored by JLD Hot Sauce and Knives. If you want award-winning hot sauces like Bucciolocchio or Reaper Madness Special Reserve, go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. They also have incredible jellies like palm and pepper. They also have an incredible selection of handmade knives for cooking, hunting, and outdoor needs. Go check out the Zombie Killer Quartering Cleaver and tell me it's not the best damn quartering cleaver you ever saw in your entire life. Jerry Embler is a tremendous supporter of Saints Happy Hour. So we are asking you to support the people who support Saints Happy Hour. Go to www. Was that 4 or was that 3?
3.
Go to www.jldsharpsauce.com to get the best hot sauces and knives at the best prices anywhere. Use promo code Saints Happy Hour and get 10% off. I'm going to say it again, and it's going to be identical. Go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. Use promo code Saints Happy Hour and get 10% off.
Yeah, Jerry supported us all season long. Please go. His hot sauce, it's freaking amazing. It's going to be better. It's better than any hot sauce you buy at the store. Trust us. Give it a try. Promise you, you won't regret it. So my hot take this week is this. Super Bowl parties are terrible. I hate them. You go, people, they're like, they talk during the Super Bowl and then like, oh, but be quiet. We got to watch this commercial that's terrible of a dancing bear or some nonsense. I hate Super Bowl parties. I just want to watch the Super Bowl in my own house and gorge on dip and booze and unbuckle my pants. I hate Super Bowl parties.
Well, you know what? Gorging on food and unbuckling your pants and doing all that, that's part of a Super Bowl party. So I think your take sucks, actually.
Wow.
My only pause here
Super Bowl
is that,
parties.
yeah,
Man,
my only pause here, and keep in mind, the Saints Super Bowl, when they made the Super Bowl, Dave is there. He's at the game. He's in Miami. And I had an opportunity to go. I declined because my wife was pregnant with my son, Cullen, at the time.
My wife.
And he was born, a couple months later. But I don't know. I was a first-time dad, and I felt bad about leaving, and I just decided, you know what? I'm going to stay home. And God, that was the bit. You know what I thought at the time? Drew Brees is awesome. They're going to be back. I'm going to go to the next one. That's what I thought. And it was. I to this day, I still regret that decision. And I was at home, and my wife decided to have a Super Bowl party. She felt bad.
My wife.
And so she invites all these friends to come over, and it had a great spread, food, like drinks. I mean, it was fun.
Your wife had a great spread?
The only thing that I agree with you, Ralph, is that
the worst joke I've ever heard.
I was trying to watch the Saints win a freaking Super Bowl, and I had a lot of people there that weren't that into football. You know what I mean? There was a point like in the second half where I felt like I needed to look at people and be like, you know what? Like, don't talk to me. Don't
leave. Just leave.
Yeah, don't talk to me right now. and so that exacerbated my regret that I didn't go to the game. So, Dave, I still hate you for going. I still hate myself for not going with you. But besides that, in general, like, I don't have any skin in the game unless the Saints are in it. And the one exception was maybe the Falcons, where I really wanted them to lose. But besides that, like, yeah, have a party. I think this take is terrible. Unless the Saints or Falcons are in it.
Yeah.
drink booze, eat food, socialize, kind of come in and out. Like, I don't need to be locked in the whole time. My point.
Right. It's just a Super Bowl.
Evan, your thoughts?
I spent the Saints Super Bowl at a bar. The same bar I'd been going to all year. Lived nearby, and then when my ex-wife and I moved to an apartment, we still went to the same bar. So went to that bar for the NFC Championship game. Shed some tears then. Watched the Super Bowl there. Wore the same hat, and the hat that I wore was the Irish Kevin hat.
Oh wow!
I had like an NFC South Division Championship T-shirt that my mom bought everybody for Christmas, and I'm
gonna ask that you put the hat on and tell the rest of the story in an Irish accent.
You got it. No. I'll bring Irish Kevin in. I just can't tell the rest of that story with it because it's just it'll be
weird.
Too confusing.
I already talk enough.
Yeah.
I would rather go to a bar than a party unless I knew a majority of the people at the party. So in a sense that it was like I had already vetted them, and it's like, vetted. I know what I'm getting into. I know whether or not they're going to be.
But if you go to a bar, you don't know anybody at the bar.
Correct, but it's
but they leave you alone.
No. Right, with the bar, it's people are leaving each other alone. Yes, it's loud, but it's like you're all there, and you're either drinking and carousing, or you're all paying attention to the TVs. And with the Super Bowl, all of the TVs were set to the game. Everybody was paying attention, or most everybody in there was paying attention to it. That's fine.
So,
I mean, a couple of people in
Jerry,
the chat.
Jerry, you say you stay at home.
Agreeing with
Jerry
Ralph.
says he stays at home every year for the Super Bowl. But Jerry, I'm curious. Do you invite people? Come over.
Yeah,
I don't know, but Ozman,
I don't know. Maybe I'm rethinking the take. The only thing is,
don't.
Here's the take sucks, Ralph.
Here's the thing.
It does, but don't change. Just stick to it.
The total non-football people just bother me at Super Bowl parties. I'm like, you don't even know like the rules, and they bother me.
Okay, so
you need to come to Poland, Ralph. Nobody watches the Super Bowl here.
Wives that don't know football and are like, why did he do that? That's the worst. That is the worst.
My point earlier stands. You're going to the wrong football party.
I have to explain the rules of football to my wife. Every single year.
Are you serious? Like she really still hasn't caught on?
Pretty much. Like she used to be locked in, but
typical baseball fan.
Ever since our son was born, her knowledge of football decreases like about 5% a year. Like she barely knows the Dolphins are a professional football team anymore.
Yeah, what's up with that?
She still thinks Tannehill is the quarterback, right?
No. She hates Tannehill with the wrath of 1,000 suns. So Thomas, give us an update on MVP before we get to finger guns.
Budget is still in the lead, 1,500 bits. So guys, it's easy to take the lead. Take the MVP.
Thank you. All right, so give us finger guns.
I'm kind of surprised my dad's never gotten into the bit game.
I know.
Oof! Wow, that's wow. You've just been
calling you out, singling you out,
Mr. Juge.
Wow.
Now it's time.
There's no way my mom is watching live on Twitch, but if she was, I'd call her out too.
Yeah.
Come on, someone donate 1,600 bits right now and give Butteridge a run for
Make it happen.
Oh.
Thomas,
still time.
Take it to the top.
It's like $3.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's less than that, isn't it?
It's not even $3.
It's more than that. Much more.
Dave.
I'm so excited about the Derek Carr sweepstake. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I want Gail to spend David.
You need to be locked away.
Saints Diehard says you should explain the bits for new people.
That's right. Explain the bits, Thomas.
I mean, 1 bit is just 1 cent. Exactly.
Yeah. So like 100 bits is $1.
It's a way to support the show. It's integrated
I
into
don't
Twitch.
think they understand how they can actually donate. So you might have to.
It's the official currency of Twitch. Bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do they actually donate bits?
There's a button below the stream.
The button in the middle.
There you go. You got that, Mr. Juge? There's a button.
You
figure it out. You figure.
Great job, Thomas.
You're on your own. You're on your own, Mr. Juge.
Explain it. Yeah.
Hey, there's a button. I don't know where the button is. I don't know what color it is, where it is, but I'm sure you're fine. You'll figure it out.
I don't know. Figure it out.
You're a smart man, Mr. Juge.
Donate or don't donate. You know, it'll be great.
So, Thomas, what you got for us? First
My
question.
wife giving directions. Jesus.
Fire it in. Fire it in
Hey,
there,
we got a donation.
Jake.
That was Butterich again. He already knows that.
He's just increasing his lead.
Yeah.
Osman says top right. It says get bits. You get the bits and then you give them to us. Thomas, first question.
Right.
Fire.
Okay, first question, guys, and thanks for 500 bits, Butterich, by the way. First question from Bruce HC.
Ooh.
How will high altitude and cold winds impact Payton's nipple game?
Wow. Great. Leader in the clubhouse question of the year. Wow.
That is leader in the clubhouse.
That is. I mean,
I think we all know how cold winds and high altitude affect anybody's nipples.
I mean, dead.
Here's the thing, though. If he's bundled up, you can't see him. So it's gotta be. It's gotta be like. It's gotta be like the perfect temperature, Bruce, where it's like
40, 50, 55.
Yeah, like
where he's wearing like a thermal long sleeve.
Sean Payton's nipples are piercing, though. I mean, they can cut through.
Now, wait, did you say piercing or pierced? Because I feel like we would know if they were pierced.
I'm just saying they multiple layers may not be able to hide.
That's a good point.
No, they can't. And you know what? I think I suffer. I don't know why, but I kind of suffer from the same affliction. Yeah, I don't know if it's an affliction. It's a great question. It could be a blessing. I don't know.
Ralph certainly suffered from it in Paris. We know that.
That's right. Kevin, when does Sean Payton nipple season in Denver? Like, when does it kick off in high gear? Like,
it's cold. I'd say October 1st. I've never been.
It might even be sooner than that. I think mid-September. You could be week 2 or week 3 for sure.
Yeah. Denver's amazing. Denver's an amazing city. It really is. So,
all right, Tomas, what's next?
Wait, do we think that Payton partakes in, the legal offerings that are available in Denver in the state of Colorado? And how does that affect his play calling?
He skimmed Vicodin. He skimmed Vicodin. Of course, he'll
allegedly
smoke legal weed.
Allegedly, watch it.
He'll take some gummies or whatever. He'll be fine. He'll jam out to some. I
wonder.
Margaritaville or whatever the hell, and he'll be fine.
I wonder if he'll name plays like after gummies and marijuana. For like he'll name some plays like marijuana 23 sweep. So
you need better material there, Ralph.
I know
that was terrible.
Next question.
Okay, next question from the current MVP leader, Badrich. He asks, over or under number of players from the Senior Bowl the Saints will draft. The over-under is 3.
Push.
See, I hate this shit. People need to start putting halves in these to avoid pushing.
That's right.
Put a half in there.
2.5. Bump it down to 2.5. 2.5.
Over.
I don't know. What has the history been? How many have they?
I mean,
they like Raz guys.
They like Raz.
They like guys that have been playing in college a while, that have a history of winning, that love football, that are tough. So
yeah, I'll take over.
I want the Tulane running back. I want Spears.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I want him.
If you follow Matty Hudak on Twitter, then you know his every move. You know what he's had for dinner this evening, because
it's amazing. And I don't care. Keep tweeting keep tweeting the videos. They're amazing. His catch at the little thing where he like juked the guy at the Senior Bowl, and they catch like.
I like Matty. I'm cool with Matty.
Come by the store and say hello. I haven't seen him.
But Matty, literally every tweet is about What is his name? Tajay Spears.
Tajay, yeah,
he's amazing.
Every tweet that she tweets is about him now. It's like 78 in a row.
It's like
I'll take the over, and you could make that 3.5, and I would still take the over because I've been
what round are you taking Tajay Spears in, Kevin?
I've actually been taking him anywhere from about 115, and I've seen him go as low as 140.
Yeah, he's tiny. He's like 150 pounds.
He is, but he's just so quick.
Yeah,
you can't measure heart, Ralph.
No.
Well, no. I mean, I know Dave was like
a great burst.
Kevin asked the other day, he's like, do you think he could get in the 80s? And I'm like, he's super tiny. And you were like, well, Darren Sproles was tiny. I was like, yeah, well, Darren Sproles got picked in the 5th round. Like,
yeah, fair point.
You know,
and that's fine. I don't really care where he gets picked.
No, I don't really care. Just get him in the Saints uniform.
Yeah, I care what happens in the NFL.
Listen, I'm looking at the Senior Bowl roster here, and I just see a ton of names that I have drafted in my various mock drafts. I could easily see I could easily see the Saints taking any number of these guys and easily getting 4 players that were on the Senior Bowl.
It's weird.
I can't believe Kevin knows more draft guys than me. By
Kevin is just.
Oh no, Kevin has become our Mel Kiper,
draft expert.
Yeah, he's Todd McShay.
I see all these players and I'm like, yeah, Kevin Love, like the tackle from Seattle that played right time. He's like, Kevin Love the tackle. They should have picked him. It's weird. Kevin being locked in on the draft is just.
Can we get a quick Kevin Love update?
Yeah, give us a love.
Yeah, anything.
The lady that I had been seeing, that ended.
Oh.
Violin.
Cue the violin. Cue the violin.
I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. She didn't want to have any. She didn't want to have any more kids.
Oh yeah, we knew that already.
Yeah. Well, right. And like, so I already said, well, it's probably not gonna work out.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Basically, and like I just had to like figure that out and like accept it. And she was just kind of like, I think you're pulling away from me, like prematurely, like keeping me at arm's length and all this other kind of stuff.
Oh,
and it was just like,
you said prematurely. I wasn't sure where we were going with that.
No. No. None of those problems, Dave. None of those problems. Speak for yourself.
I mean, you call it a problem. You call it a problem. I call it a gift.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not a lot of work, I guess.
What I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, like
that's why Kevin's not fat.
I kind of feel bad. I do feel a little bad because like she got me like a gift like really early on. And
she wanted to reel you in, man.
I don't know. Wow, but she was just like saying she just wanted to be.
You're treating her like the doctor treated you.
Wow.
Yeah.
No. If I was treating her like that, I would have ghosted her entirely.
Yeah. No, I know you're right.
And
that's gold.
That didn't happen. Yeah.
No, don't play that, man.
Come on.
I can't play real music. I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah. I mean, can't play any more than that. I think it's like a 5-second clip or whatever, and then you run into trouble. Yeah, I'm just on the dating apps. I'm just like still looking. It's like I need to find somebody who still wants to have kids, and that we both get along with one another, and yeah.
Well, sorry, none of us are eligible for you, Kevin, because none of us want children anymore.
Why don't you fly to Houston, Kevin? You can babysit my kid for like 2 weeks to make sure that you really want kids. You can play Pokemon nonstop.
Well, I mean, Kevin's only got 2 requirements.
Did you say Pokemon?
Pokemon?
Jesus.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
Kevin only has 2 requirements. He just wants to get along with you, and he wants you to bear fruit. Those are the only 2 things he gives a shit about.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the get along with you. That's a pretty big umbrella.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the joke, Kevin. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Next question.
Okay, next question from Jason Champagne. He asks, who is less popular in New Orleans right now? LaToya Cantrell or Ben Albright?
Ooh, this is a good question.
LaToya is untouchable, I feel.
I don't know, man. Ben Albright, he was running neck and neck for a while. I mean, that dude.
Yeah, for like a minute.
Yeah. I hated him because I was worried, that he was right. And I was like, oh my God, we're not going to get any picks. We need picks. Jesus, we need picks. And that's
he was really misinformed.
God.
If there is one thing that I can say that I am happy about as far as Zach going to Denver, other than the personal, the climbing up of the ladder for him and the success for him, it's the fact that hopefully we'll be able to keep close tabs on this Albright situation, and that this podcast, you will be getting regular updates on Benjamin Albright's forays into Sean Payton's world. I loved it too. I love that he said, like, I read that article on Fox News. I love how he's already going to start cracking down on Russell Wilson's entourage, his parking spaces, his extra office upstairs or whatever. Like, I cannot believe that there are, honestly, I can't believe that there are organizations that run that way, that allowed this behavior.
Extra office?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
He had like on another floor. Like,
what was the joke about Russell Wilson? His house had more bathrooms than he had touchdown passes.
I mean, you can't. You've got to. Everybody's got to. I feel like everybody should be treated the same, like whether you're a star quarterback or whatever. And like this wasn't Seattle. This is Denver. He just got to Denver, and he's got all these things
laying down the law.
So I'm excited about this whole thing with Payton. Again, I'm more excited about the Denver season than I am about the Saints season.
I will tell you guys that Zach, he's kind of like a silent Twitter guy. Like,
he's a lurker.
He's a lurker. He doesn't tweet, but he watches
everything.
And, he sees everything. I got some texts about Benjamin Albright, and he is highly aware of what was going on, and I know that Sean Payton was too.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all aware.
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yes. Albright, we got some sources for you. You're fucked.
Play the breaking news siren, Thomas.
He finally passed the number of toilets he has in his mansion. I think in either the last week or second to last week of the season. When the hell was it? It was January 1st, I believe. Yeah.
Here's a question: do we remove Zach from the bottom of our podcast right here? Or does he stays?
He stays.
No way. I think he would want to stay.
He stays. We might have Thomas. Maybe we can turn him in. No, he wasn't. He stays. He stays as is. He stays.
I know you were going to say put him in a Broncos uniform.
Put him in a Broncos. No, but he's the same. He's
no way. That wasn't a terrible idea.
Next question.
Okay, final question. One from the chat from Ozman. Do you think Sean will try and trade for Taysom Hill, and what would you want for him?
I mean,
the other first-round pick we didn't get for you, Sean.
The thing is with Taysom is if you trade him, he's like a gigantic cap hit, isn't it, Andrew? Like it's
not if you do the Michael Thomas routine.
Oh, after June.
Why do you suddenly care about money now, Ralph?
Well, it's just I don't care about her spending money, but I care about the cap dead hit. It makes it harder. And here's the thing: if you trade,
okay, wait a minute. Derek Carr, forget it. Blow it all.
Derek Carr's only going to count for $1.
But Taysom Hill, hold on. Let me look at my coin purse and see how many. I've got in here.
Derek Carr, his cap hit will be $1. If you trade Taysom, his cap hit's like $20 million.
You are unbelievable. You're a fucking Derek Carr stan. You love the island.
Trust Mickey to cook the books, Ralph. Trust Mickey to cook the books.
You know what this is? This is. You just want Guyliner. You want Guyliner to be more.
Dave,
in New Orleans. You can start wearing it.
I got 45 Crew de Taysom Mardi Gras cups in a box that I got to move. I got to give to patrons. If they ship them off
right now. If we sign Derek Carr, I'm wearing eyeliner on the show.
I gotta move. If they ship Taysom out to Denver, I got worthless cups in a bedroom upstairs. I can't have that.
Thomas, check the timestamp.
Needed to keep retain its value.
Hey, Tomas, check the timestamp on this.
I will wear guy liner.
Yeah,
if we sign Derek Carr in solidarity.
Damn.
We'll make a T-shirt of Derek Carr. Just what's that famous picture of him just staring? Looked like he just like murdered 4 hobos.
Next episode of Saints Happy Hour podcast is going to look like a Cure video.
All right, Thomas, we got a video, right? We got a video to play.
Do we?
No, we don't.
No,
I thought you said we had.
Nice, Ralph.
He did not. He said specifically we don't have a video.
Nailed it, Ralph.
I'm sorry, I wasn't
at the top
listening.
of the show, he said no.
I wasn't listening. So, Thomas, give us the MVP results.
And you wrote the rundown.
I did, and I didn't even read it.
So for the first time this off-season, Budrich is the winner of.
Hey, Tomas, check the time.
Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Wrong soundbite. By the way, Budrich sent us 500 bits, and he asks, "Will DA last long enough to coach against Payton?"
Ooh,
no.
Got to get to year 3.
Yeah, right.
No.
Budrich, I know you're listening right now.
He's in the.
For God's sake, send us a video because no one else does. Please.
Budrich, lock it in. Saints are signing Derek Carr. They're going 10-7. They're winning the South. Your coach of the year, Dennis Allen. He'll be coaching in Saints in 2024.
Right. Well,
lock it in.
Hold on. I'm putting this in my calendar on my phone so we don't forget this. I'm putting this in for February 2024, February 5th. And what did you say, Ralph?
10-7.
10-7.
Ralph
Coach of the year.
Says,
lock it in.
Okay, got it.
But if they don't get Derek Carr, it's voided.
Ralph says 10-7. DA Coach of the Year.
Coach of the year.
Got it.
See, I'm feeling good, Kevin, because my death cough is gone. It only took
new lease on life.
New lease on life. It only took like 2 rounds of steroids.
Angry Ocho,
the Angry Ocho, 2,700 bits.
Wow.
Kaboom.
Wait, what else? What was your other thing too? DA Coach of the Year. What else was that?
10-7
to be signed.
I got that. Who?
Yeah,
Derek.
Derek Carr has to be the quarterback.
Well, hold on.
Andy Dalton's the quarterback.
Did Budrich already win? Was that too little, too late?
It was no. It's not too little, too late until the music plays in.
It's so up to you. I guess then the Angry Ocho is the MVP.
Angry Ocho is MVP. Do the clock at 0.
Oh, not!
Budrich coming on back. See,
put that in your pipe and smoke it, Angry Ocho.
That's right. I love it. We'll all have dongles at this rate.
Your dad is trying to enter the fight, man.
He just can't figure it out.
Mr. Jude, we love you. Even if you can't get those bits loaded up,
Mr. Jude, just type cheer and the amount of bits in the chat, and that's how you cheer.
So, thanks to everybody for listening to the show. We appreciate the support. And by the way, we are back up to over 300 patrons. We're at like 310. We appreciate everybody's support. And if you listen to the free version of the show, become a patron because we're on breaking news. You got Derek Carr, you got the draft, you got free agency, and David. You got them all. You want to have breaking news. Only patrons get the full access to breaking news podcast. So sign up, support the show. It'll be the best money you spend. It'll make your Saints off season that much better. So for David.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I mean, that's my name. It's not your name. It's just like what my mom
frazzled.
David, for Derek.
For Derek. For Dave. For Kevin. For Andrew.
For Austin.
For Drew.
For Thomas running the show back in Poland.
Tomas.
If you're going to support a Saints podcast, support the one that wins awards. Until next week, the bar is closed.
Budrich, send us a video. Congrats on the win.
Please.